Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York time.
March 21st, 5:12 America, New York. Chinese 737 passenger jet crashes with 133 people aboard, state media reports. Beijing. A Chinese airliner with 133 people on board crashed in the southern province of Guangxi on Monday, state media has reported. Broadcaster CCTV said the accident involved a China Eastern Airlines Boeing 737 and occurred near the city of Wuzhou in Teng County.
Mirror World News.
March 21st, 5:09 America, New York. Demand for Swiss to expel Vladimir Putin's lover from her luxury mountain bolthole. Elena Kabava is seldom seen in public but was caught on video dancing in Moscow in December amid fears Vladimir Putin was planning to go to war in Ukraine, and she is now living in Switzerland.
Washington Post World.
March 21st, 5:04 America, New York. Boeing 737 plane crashes in China's Guangxi, 132 aboard. The plane crash caused a fire on a mountain.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 5:03 America, New York. War in Ukraine. Kyiv shopping center hit by Russian missile. Authorities say at least 6 people were killed when the Podilsky district of Kyiv was struck.
New York Times World News.
March 21st, 5 o'clock America, New York. The overlooked stone Carvers of Escolásticas. A small town in central Mexico is home to around 200 open-air carving workshops, from which an astonishing array of sculptures continuously emerge.
New York Times World News.
March 21st, 5 o'clock America, New York. How Lviv has been transformed by war. Simple rituals, like having coffee in a cafe in Lviv, Ukraine, take on a new and sometimes surreal meaning in a radically altered context. For millions of internally displaced people, Lviv is the gateway to safety, however fleeting, in the West.
WorldCBSNews.com.
March 21st, 4:51 America, New York. Passenger jet carrying 133 people crashes in Chinese countryside. The China Eastern Airlines Boeing 737 came down in a rural area near the city of Wuzhou, causing a mountain fire and unknown casualties. Time.
March 21st, 4:40 America, New York. Ukraine rejects Russian demands to surrender Mariupol in exchange for safe passage. Lviv, Ukraine. Ukrainian officials defiantly rejected a Russian demand that their forces in Mariupol lay down arms and raise white flags Monday in exchange for safe passage out of the besieged strategic port.
WorldCBSNews.com.
March 21st, 4:35 America, New York. Investigators for David Ortiz say jealous drug kingpin had him shot. That drug dealer is being held on unrelated charges in Puerto Rico. His lawyer denies he had anything to do with the shooting. Prosecutors in the Dominican Republic, where Ortiz was shot, say it was a case of mistaken identity.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 4:33 America, New York. China Eastern plane carrying 133 people crashes in Guangxi, says state media. Flight MU5735 was en route from Kunming to Guangzhou when it crashed in Guangxi, state media report.
Washington Post World.
March 21st, 4:30 America, New York. State media report crash of Chinese airliner with 133 aboard. State media are reporting a Chinese airliner with 133 people on board has crashed in the southern province of Guangxi, sparking a mountainside fire.
Mirror World News.
March 21st, 4:22 America, New York. China plane crash. Boeing 737 carrying 133 people smashes into mountains. A China Eastern Airlines flight with 133 passengers on board, flying from Kunming to Guangzhou, has crashed in the mountains of the country with white smoke seen billowing from between the trees.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 21st, 4:19 America, New York. Plane carrying 133 passengers crashes in southern China, state TV reports. A China Eastern Airlines plane carrying 133 passengers has had an accident and caused a fire in mountains in Guangxi, state television has reported.
BBC News World.
March 21st, 4:12 America, New York. The Indian Army aspirant whose midnight run went viral. Filmmaker Vinod Kapri's video of a young army aspirant who runs home every night has got millions of views. Mirror World News.
March 21. 350 America, New York, terrified Brit, 83, spends 10 days locked in Ukraine bomb shelter with pet poodle. Douglas Homer was living in the war-torn city of Kharkiv when the Russians invaded, and said he was left stranded when his wife fled without him.
Washington Post World.
March 21. 3 o'clock America, New York. Britain's Pick a Refugee program had one Brit flying to Poland with Cadbury bars. A lone spare room in northern England is not universally appealing to Ukrainians.
Fox World News.
March 21. 2:03 America, New York. U.S. showed China its hand after Russia invasion. Needs more than sanctions to deter Taiwan aspirations, experts. China may reconsider its approach to Taiwan after seeing the global unity to pursue crippling sanctions against Russia.
Fox World News. March 21. 0:53 America, New York. Biden will visit Poland, home of 2 million Ukrainian refugees, during Europe trip. President Joe Biden will stop in Poland during his visit to Europe this week amid urgent talks with NATO and European allies, the White House announced. New York Times World News.
March 21. 0:23 America, New York, your Monday briefing. Russia pummels Mariupol. A satellite image showing the damage to the Mariupol drama theater.
https://globalnews.ca/feed/.
March 21. 0:01 America, New York, COVID-19 mask mandate lifts in Ontario for most settings. As of Monday, individuals are no longer required by the province to wear a mask in most settings. Dirty masks.
WorldCBSNews.com.
March 20. 2329 America, New York. Ukraine rejects Russian demand to surrender port city in exchange for safe passage. Ukraine angrily rejected the offer, which came hours after officials said Russian forces had bombed an art school that was sheltering some 400 people.
Time.
March 20. 2322 America, New York. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas hospitalized with infection and flu-like symptoms. Washington, Justice Clarence Thomas has been hospitalized because of an infection, the Supreme Court said Sunday. Thomas, 73, has been at Sibley Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C., since Friday after experiencing flu-like symptoms, the court said in a statement.